Well, hello, YouTubers. This is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. I tell you, you guys have been sending me a lot of wonderful letters, and a lot of you have been joining the Order of the Purple Cord. And I want to say thank you to all of you who've been coming out. Thanks for coming out to my last video, which was about Mais Bon. And Mais Bon is this week on the 23rd, and I'm really excited about it. And I think you guys will be too. So hopefully you're getting ready. And if you don't know how to set up a Mais Bon altar, and you don't know what Mais Bon is, but you're curious, check out the video right before this one, and you can learn about it. Well, guys, I'm so glad you're here. We are going to do messages from the spirit world. A lot of you have been writing, says, Psychic Bob, are you going to still do messages? Yes, yes, yes. This last week, because I had been away traveling, I didn't have time to put that together, so that's why I did the other videos. And anyways, this week we're having messages from the spirit world. So yay, here we are. I'm so glad you're here. Now listen, if you're somebody that's new here, and you're saying, Psychic Bob, you didn't read my letter. Let me just help you guys understand. I get hundreds of letters every week. And at this point, I'm not able to personally write everybody. It's not that I don't read them. I love you. I pray for you. But I can only do so much, okay? If you have a situation that's very pressing and urgent, you might want to consider buying a private reading with me. I am a full-time professional psychic. I've been doing readings for over 20 years, so I'm not new to this. I'm not a fly-by-night. But I'd love to sit down with you. My private readings I do charge for, and you can get all that information at my website, as well as my phone number and contact information and web email. So go to www.robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link below. And contact me if you'd like to get a private hour reading. Anyways, we're going to go through some letters, though, and I'm so glad you're here. And, as I always say, listen to everybody's messages, because many times the spirit world will work through somebody else's letter to reach you. I've had many people over the years call me and write to me and say, Psychic Bob, you're reading somebody else's letter. But when I listened to it, I realized there was something very valuable for me, and I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. But when I heard the message, it answered my question that I had in my heart. So that's how spirit works, because they want to try to reach as many people. They're going to draw us into knowledge and wisdom that can help a lot of people. So I encourage you, be patient with me, listen to the letters, and let's see if spirit will touch your life. Okay? All right. Well, before we get into the letters, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guide Fletcher's back here. He says hello to all of you. All right, our first letter today is from Taylor 6000. And Taylor writes and says, Dear Psychic Bob, over the past few weeks, I keep having hardships, conflicts with family, etc. Am I being punished for something? What's going on? I am already shy and antisocial, and my emotions seem to be being kicked around like I'm a toy. Hi, Taylor. Well, let me tell you, hon, I'm sorry for the struggle that you're in. And let me just start by saying, first of all, you're not being punished, okay? The spirit world doesn't do cruelty to humans. Yeah, and there is no such thing as a curse being put on you by the spirit world. Sometimes people say, oh, the spirit world's put a curse on me. No, it doesn't work like that. What's happening right now, Taylor, is that you're in a place, believe it or not, of great growth. You say here that you're antisocial and you have a lot of sensitivity. Well, this is actually a sign of your psychic development. You tend to be more withdrawn than most people. And the thing is, you're an older soul. You see, older souls are wise, and within themselves, they have knowledge and deep feeling. They see, they sense. The struggle that you're having is right now you are surrounded by people that I see as younger souls. And so there's a conflict because your energy, which is expansive and powerful, they don't understand it, and they want to kind of crush it in and make you like them. But you'll never be like them. It's not that they don't love you and the people around you are being hateful intentionally. They just don't understand how they can move forward in their lives. See, you're making a lot of big leaps and bounds, and I see around you a lot of progress. And so I tell you that because I want you to know that you are not falling behind. You are actually growing. And I want you to be invoking Archangel Raphael. He's a wonderful healer for the emotions. And tell him all of your problems. Tell him about your family and how they hurt you, and your friends, how they betrayed you, and all those things that you wrote to me. And I want you to let him help you. You don't have to go it alone. See, you've been feeling like you're just out on your own, and in a sense you have been. But that is what the spirit world will help you with. You don't have to be alone. I encourage you also, I know you said you're antisocial, but maybe reach out to some people also here at Spirit Channel. We have a lot of wonderful people, and they will become your friend. And they're good people here. I think I speak well and honest and true when I say you'll be hard-pressed to find an evil person at Spirit Channel. We just don't draw those type of people here. So the fact that you're here means that you're an advanced soul. You know, see, younger souls don't always understand what we do here at Spirit Channel, but you get it. And that means that you have wisdom and compassion and good things inside of you. So I want you to know that you're welcome here. You can reach out to me and to all the people here you see on the channel, and you'll have some new friends. And do invoke Archangel Raphael. You're not being cursed, but you are growing. And this, I promise you, as you get to around December of this year, you're going to say, wow, Bob, I came through the last few months and I feel a lot better, a lot stronger, and a lot clearer. Hope that helps. Thanks for writing. I'm going to say prayers for you. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Pic O Shah. Pic O, excuse me, I can't read today. Pic O Shah. Hope I'm saying that right. And they write saying, "Dear Bob, I just moved to to start a new chapter in my life, and I was wondering if you see me progressing further along my path, as well as being helped by spirits and mentors. Can you tell me who my spirit guides are? Thank you." Hi, that's a very good question. Well, let me tell you. Right now, as I step into your vibration, I get around you a lot of light. You know, when I read, I see the aura. It's the light, the spirit light. And you have a lot of yellow light around you right now, which means you're taking on a lot of learning. And it's a very bright, clear yellow, which means that you're now coming into a place of greater clarity in your life. And yes, I do see you connecting to new friends and mentors. I want you to watch the month of November. This is what I call the friendship time for you. And you're going to see that Spirit literally puts in front of you some new teachers and friends. I do see you joining a group. It looks like it's connected to psychic development. And I'd like you to be open to researching like a local, it's like a metaphysical bookshop. I feel there's a connection there. And I see a lady, she's a little older, but she's teaching like spiritual attunement, psychic development. And I feel that you make a connection through, it's like a bookstore. She may actually also have a connection to a metaphysical church. So it's like an interface between a church and a store, I believe. And that's where I'm seeing you make some contacts. So yes, let's watch in the coming months here. I am seeing good things around you. In terms of spirit guides, I'm getting two Native American spirits around you. One is a male, one is a female. The male is called, it's like Silver Deer is his name. They show me like he comes with an animal. It's like a totem animal, which is a giant deer, a big buck who travels with silver deer. So he's one of your guides, and the deer spirit is working with you as well. And he comes also with another Indian guide, which is a woman. And her name actually is Rain Cloud. And Rain Cloud is coming to you. She's helping you reconnect to your emotional self. They're telling me that you're going through a period of emotional healing. And so the Native American spirits are coming to bring purification and upliftment and new direction. So I do see success for you. So let's watch the coming months. But do call on your guides, Silver Deer and Rain Cloud. Thanks for writing. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Shadow. Oops, I can't read the writing. Shadow Loader. I have to look it up. Shadow Loader, I think it says. I just made a note here because I sort the letters out and jotted down the names here. It says, Dear Bob, what guides do you see for me? Do they have any messages? Yeah. You know, I keep getting Merlin around you. You know Merlin from King Arthur? Well, you know, he was a real person. And Merlin seems to be coming in. It looks like you're opening to a lot of inner deep spiritual wisdom right now. And I feel like he's trying to communicate that he's working with you to help you touch in on that inner soul self. I literally see studies here around you, and I feel there could even be magical studies. I don't know if you've done any exploration in the area of magic, either ceremonial magic or druidic magic or Wicca, but Merlin's spirit would indicate that he's leading you in a path that has a magical element. And I feel like the month of December here for you is also a big turning month. It looks like you're kind of doing a big step forward in your life. And I feel that there's issues around learning also that come in December, such as going back to school or doing some transition around education. And at the same time, I get metaphysical studies. So you're definitely on a path of growth, and Merlin is working with you. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. Okay, our next letter is from Home Videos. It says, Hello, Bob. I just want to say thank you for your messages from the Spirit World video. It's a very nice video. Your channel is also a very nice channel. Well, thank you, Home Video. That's so nice. Well, you know, I love to come here and sit with you guys and do spirit messages. You may not know, and some of you are new here may not know, I came out of the spiritualist church background. And you don't see a lot of spiritualist churches, but we used to always gather on Sunday afternoons, and the mediums would teach us, and we'd have messages. And I try to bring that energy here to Spirit Channel. So I really appreciate that you appreciate my work. By the way, I have to tell you, I am picking up around you Archangel Gabriel. This is one of your guides. And Gabriel's asking me to tell you, I keep hearing his voice, and he says, tell them to go forward with bravery. Looks like you're also about to have a big transition here. And I feel like there's some career changes and also, interestingly, education for you as well. So Gabriel's working with you, and I send blessings your way. Thanks so much for watching and for writing. All right. Our next letter is from the United Kingdom, and this is Sister Maggie. And Sister Maggie writes and says, Dear Bob, what can you tell me about the dark hooded figure that has been around me since childhood? Well, you know, Maggie, I have to tell you, I do pick up a number of spirit entities around you. And I feel that this, the dark hooded entity, interestingly, is a spirit who's an earthbound soul who is very drawn to you. I keep getting a past life connection. And I almost feel like this figure may have been a monk, but I feel like he had a lot of inner conflicts. And I feel that he did not always manifest his behaviors in the most positive of directions. But I feel that the spirit came around you because it was drawn to your light. I do see around you a lot of purple light, which indicates gifts of psychic ability, particularly in the area of mediumship. and in specifically spirit communication. I feel that this entity is not necessarily dangerous. I don't see him killing you, but I do feel like he sometimes drains energy from you. There's a heaviness I get, and I feel like the spirit sometimes doesn't give you rest. And I want you to pray for them to go over to the light. Fletcher's asking me to tell you that Rose, I have another guy that worked with him, Rose, she's a British woman, interestingly, who died in World War II. Fletcher says, call upon the name of Rose. She's going to come and help you. This entity, I keep getting the name Brother Michael around him. And I said he's a monk. I believe he's connected to the British Isles. I want to go back even to like maybe even Middle Ages, actually. I think this goes back quite a ways and is connected to a past life. But he feels very connected to you because you did know him in a former life. And he just wants the energy and peace. You bring a lot of peace to the spirit. As I said, I don't think he's violent or dangerous, but he's just looking for peace. And so the best peace you can offer him is to send him to the light. And Rose will help you. We'll talk more. Send me a note offline, okay? I'll help you with that. Blessings. All right, our next letter is from Amy Levinson. And Amy writes and says, Dear Bob, what happened to Lorraine Warren after she died? Is she okay? What about Ed? You know, Amy, these are really good questions. For those of you who aren't familiar with who she's talking about, Ed and Lorraine Warren were basically ghost hunters. They were Catholic spiritual teachers. They would work with the Catholic Church in cases of exorcism, demon possession, hauntings that were of a destructive nature. And they did a lot of fascinating work in the field of metaphysics. Now, I have to tell you, you know, I come from a spiritualist background, and in all honesty, I did not always agree with every assessment that Ed and Lorraine would make on a case. I've had people contact me that had worked with them in cases, and then they contacted me, and sometimes our interpretations of the events were slightly different. And I think some of that comes from each of us, our spiritual perspectives. They view the experience through a Catholic lens. I view it through a spiritualist lens. We're both touching on truth, but coming at it from different angles. That being said, I really liked Ed and Lorraine Warren. You know, as I said, I don't always agree with everything they said, but that's okay. We can disagree. But they did help a lot of people. And, you know, Lorraine was a very gifted clairvoyant. And when she died, she just went straight to the light. You know, she spent her whole life in prayer. A lot of people don't know that about them. They were very, very devout. Like, they went to Mass, I think, almost every day. And I know certainly every week. And they truly had a great faith in God. And, you know, deep faith, if it comes from the right place, will empower your soul. And she had that power. And so death was not fearful. She went right over to the light. As for Ed, same thing. Went right to the light. And they're together and they're at peace. And what's interesting, I pick up around them that they are still helping on haunted cases. I feel like they are literally kind of shielding and protecting people that are dealing with negative entities. So if you have a haunted house situation, you know, by all means, call whoever your spiritual advisor is. By the way, I do haunted house investigations. You can contact me as well. I do work very similar to Ed and Lorraine Warren, and I can help you. But, you know, if you can't reach me or you have, you know, an area that I can't come to you, call on them spiritually. You know, people in spirit, they can be anywhere like that. So they're still helping people, and, you know, they're the type of people, they don't just sit on a cloud in heaven and play a harp. They're actively working in the defense of people that are dealing with hostile spirits. So, yes, they're still working. You know, now they don't get tired and they don't age anymore. And so they can do a lot. So, yeah, they're in the light. Thank you for that's a good question. Thank you for writing. Well, guys, listen, that's all I'm going to get to today. I am so glad you're here. Listen, keep it here. On Thursday this week, we're doing a very special video. I'm going to talk about the connection between hauntings, paranormal phenomena, and accusations of mental illness. There are a lot of people in the world that are mediumistic, and they don't understand how that works. And when they share it with their family or with their doctor, they get labeled. And so we're going to talk about the whole phenomena of psychosis versus psychic and how this manifests for many people. And we're going to talk, this also is going to be a follow-on, because as I gave a message earlier to Sister Mags out of England, Sister Mags, I want to specifically talk about some incidences that you wrote to me about as well. And so I think there's a lot here for you as well, but really for everybody. So tune in here. We're going to get down to the nitty and gritty about hauntings, spirit communication, spirit possession, and oppression. And we'll explore that and how to find balance and all of that. So be here on Thursday and we'll cover that. Well, guys, thank you for being here today. I'm so glad you're here. I'll see you back here on Thursday. And also remember, next week, we're going to have another Messages from the Spirit World.